going on here, guys? We're here with Coach Woolems from Northeast Dubois. Coach had a great year last year, 22-9. You lost to Lutheran in the semi-state. Good run. I know you return a lot. You returned 7 starters, 7 arms. Just talk to me a little bit about the guys you're excited about coming back and what they bring to you guys in the 2026 season.
Right. Well, I mean, we start with who we lost last year, and that Aiden Sheets, our starting catcher, went to IU Columbus. We expect him to participate up there and have a good year for them. A lot of offense there and a very solid defensive catcher. So we've got to fill that hole first. We'll have one senior this year in Keaton Jones, starting first baseman, started second half of the season for us last year. Scrappy offensive player, good athlete for a first baseman, and good senior leader. Behind him, we've got a whole class of juniors. He's our only senior, but we have a bunch of juniors that all started last year. Good chance we start seven juniors this year that are returning with playing experience from last year. Yeah, I mean, and a couple of them started as freshmen, and the progression, between their freshman year and junior or sophomore year is big. But you feel like the closer we get to having that class of seniors, that there's a big difference when you're playing against other teams that are senior dominant or whatever. You can tell a difference in the players and just an experience, size, strength, speed. It all plays on the baseball field. So looking forward to that. I think they'll pick up the slack with what we lose with Sheets. We'll move some guys around. Bryson Rose likely go from playing, starting a shortstop to catching for us. Very solid catcher. That's something he wants to do at the next level. He works very hard. Got a good arm, got good pop time. Very good defensive catcher, and he hits the ball. He hits really well for average for us. Also pitches, so that creates a whole system of problems as far as when we move him to the mound. Then we got to have another catcher, and so we're working with Gabe Nykum as a junior. He's not caught a varsity game yet. But we continue to work with him. We'd like him to be able to step into that role. So Bryson closed some games for us last year, closed in both of the semi-state games, closed in the regional for us. So we're going to need him on the mound. So we've got to fill in that catcher position.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, that junior class, that's awesome having those guys getting that experience last year, making a deep run. What do you think the kind of keys to success for this year are to kind of make that same run and even get to further on for you guys?
Right. Well, a big issue for us is leadership. We've got all these guys they're very skilled, good baseball players, a lot of experience, but who's going to lead? And again, I go back to Sheets. That was something that he took on himself last year. When it comes time to break it down the huddle, Sheets is the loud voice and kind of kept everybody in line. And who's going to fill that role is a big question for us, and somebody will. And if they don't, it's going to be me.
For sure.
Right.
I know you're moving guys around a little bit, but tell me about a guy who maybe hasn't played a ton of varsity, but you're excited to kind of see what he can do this year and make an impact for your squad.
Yeah, we've got a couple guys. Noah Fox is going to be a sophomore, very good athlete. Had a really good summer for us. And then we picked up a transfer from, we hired his dad to be the principal at the elementary school. So Case Whitehead comes over from Southridge. And we think he's got the ability to give us a little something too on the varsity staff this year. So left-hander, and we certainly, that's one thing we're loaded with is lefties on the mound. No, not at all. Eli Schraring on the mound. He pitched for us. He started in the semi-state championship for us last year. He started against Jasper when we beat them last year. So we're excited to see what he can do on the mound too. And he's got aspirations of playing at the next level. That's a 6'4" left-hander.
Yeah, those don't grow on trees.
Right,
That's
right.
very valuable. I had one final question for you, Coach.
Yep.
When someone comes and watches the Northeast Dubois, what do you want their kind of takeaway to be from watching your squad, how they go about their business, and kind of just about your program in general?
Certainly. We pride ourselves, first of all, when somebody walks into the ballpark that everything looks, well manicured, taken care of. We take a lot of pride in our facility. Still all natural grass, still regular dirt. But we like to keep it pretty pristine, and we keep it edged, really nice. And we've got a great staff that works on that. Beyond that, we're going to hustle on and off the field. We're going to play the game the way we think it should be played, the right way. We're going to play with sportsmanship in class, and that's just what we call the Jeep way.
Yeah, I love that, the Jeep way. I know we're very high on the Jeeps going into this season, and I wish you best of luck. Thanks for doing this, Coach.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thanks
Thank
for what
you.
you're
I
doing for the
appreciate it.
sport.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you.